Today, quite a large number of people came to the exhibition from early morning. I walked a lot in circles, couldn't find the entrance at first, but when I finally reached the registration area, I saw around 15 ticket booths. Each had about 20 to 30 people in line. So even in the morning on the very first day, the activity level is already pretty high. Now I'm heading into the exhibition. Let's see what's new here. This is the Parker company, which offers filters for agricultural premises. This is what they look like. This is a cassette that is used to bring clean air into the room. I haven't seen any farms using them yet, but it looks like this. Here in the picture you can see the room where the filtration system is installed and the air is coming in. There can also be such types of filters where the air is filtered and then goes directly into the room itself. I don't know how this works, but they say that there are already farms, many farms, that use this in their farms. What do you think about this? Do you have any such examples? Or maybe you use filtration on your farm? Not cooling, but air filtration for animals or poultry?
You know, we have the filters are used in these filter housings across the top, and it can be across the bottom. We have 3 primary filters. We have a MERV 16 rated filter, MERV 15, which is in the back of that filter, the grid right there, and then a free filter that uses your front. So that personal filter is more of a throwaway, just like the bigger particulate to save the second stage filter.
Okay. But when the filter works, he's like stuck a little bit with the air, you know.
A little bit of resistance is good. It actually helps clean the air a little bit better. If you have a little bit of resistance, we'll call that the dust holding capacity of the filter, but it's not stopping the airflow throughout the facility.
Where we can find ask the owner how it works. I go on other states where these filters work.
Yeah, we have a variety of. Are you asking like the sales manager to walk?
Yeah, we'll ask how it works.
Oh yeah. So Gary's not here with us now, but we can definitely get you in touch with him.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
I meet a company that is trying to filter the air that comes into the building. This is what it looks like. They claim that many people use it. I have not seen such farms yet. Do you know of any farms that use air filters for farms, poultry farms and livestock farms in general? Now I have also come across one of the companies with which we have worked for many years, namely with their equipment. This is the Multifan company. We have had many projects with them to install their ventilation equipment. It works perfectly. I don't remember any global breakdowns or early figures. Yes, there was a case when someone stuck a crowbar into a fan, but I know examples where people have been working with these fans for decades. They've washed and disinfected them, and in rain, snow and heat, they work, they grind, and they don't stop. That's why the company is very strong. It has proven itself from the practical side, from our own experience. So I highly recommend that if you use Multifan, you are definitely lucky. If you have a different experience with this company, please share. I'd be happy to hear from you. And maybe you can put other manufacturers alongside Multifan. Here is an approximate scheme of quality control according to the results of the analysis of livestock, sows, sperm doses.
Tell me please about your products, about specialty, what you do, how it's work and other, please.
Perfect. So, Cruz, we are specialized in artificial insemination and animal reproduction. And today, the traditional way of working in Borstats, it's finished. Today, we're working with machines. And we are here in this show to present our machines that will allow Borstats to work penless. That means it's everything about reading QRs and seminal doses with QRs. So even in the farm, you can say this boar has been inseminated in this female without any pen.
All right. What is special in this process?
The process is completely computerized. It's managed by the BSM system. It's a software that it collects all information from every machine. That means the temperature of the fridges, how many seminal doses you have packed, receiving the orders from the client with their phone. They can order their seminal doses and starting the production right away.
Okay, can you show how it's working?
Yes, of course. Okay, so now you read the board.
Okay.
It takes all the data, it will appear, and then it scans the board that you just collected. With this, you just put it in the semen that you just collected.
Okay.
And you go to the lab.
Two.
You go to the lab, you put it in the weight, you read all the information that you need. You take all the data, it will appear automatically all the data of the board, and then you start doing the analysis. With the analysis, it will show you how many motiles, everything that it's regarding this board, what's the motility, what's the morphology of the sperm. Everything will be detected by the system and will tell you exactly how many seminal doses you can produce. With this semen, of course, it's already diluted. You can do only one seminal dose. But like this, it would be super easy. You take your semen and you go directly to the machine. You scan it in the machine. You put it here. Here, as it's a mess with the water, it will put directly the semen extender that you need. And with the semen extender, you come to the next machine. And you press start, and it starts producing the seminal doses. So
And
it's
after?
extremely fast, extremely easy.
Okay.
And you will have your seminal dose with the label printed and everything ready to the customer. So in 15 minutes, all machines, you have the seminal doses.
15 minutes.
15 minutes.
How many doses can product?
This one produces 1,000 seminal doses per hour.
Per hour.
Per hour.
What kind of companies used this machine, this system?
Yeah, we are four in the world. Four in the world that we are manufacturing and companies that are using it. I think all the big ones in the world right now, they are using this kind of machines. In China, almost every single Borstat. In Spain, there's all the Borstats, even small ones with 30
Small
bores.
ones too, yeah?
Maybe not this machine. There are other machines that are slower.
Slower, okay.
And no labeling, because this one
Do you
has the
have
label.
different types of machine? Like smaller, not 1,000, maybe
500.
100, yeah?
That we call it 600 because it makes 600. But the most important thing is that it doesn't label, because the label is something that it really, it's very costly. Because it's another robot here putting the label. And it's much cheaper if it's the same machine, a little bit smaller, no labeling.
Okay,
So I think this is very interesting for the Ukrainian market.
thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank
I'm
you.
very pleased to see you. And
Nice to see you.
Hope you have a
Thank you.
great trade fair.
Thank you, bye-bye.
Thank you.
So Cubus is a good company. They've obviously prepared themselves. The software is very cool. They told me how it works. It's very cool. I think it works well just for insemination stations that are directly involved in a large number of animals, taking sperm and using it, respectively, and selling it maybe. So maybe someone needs such things, but they should be big giants who actually work on a large number of spermatozoa, because the device is obviously not cheap. The equipment is interesting, but it requires a large volume of sales or use. Continue my review of the exhibition. I would like to say that there are many stands, at least 5 or 6 stands, that represent automatic cleaning machines. Here's one of them behind me. This is a huge high boom, which as I understand it, can wash far and high and can reach completely different corners. Here the video looks like this. I'll show you how it works in a few words. It dries along the corridor and washes the machines, both vertical and horizontal surfaces. I think this is a great example. You see the software even shows where the machine is located. Here's the before and after. It's a very interesting thing, the U-Cleaner. This is what a telescopic device like this looks like. So these things are already available on the American market. I don't know if they are already available in Ukraine and who uses them. So if you do, please share your experience. I will be very grateful to you. The box washing machines are automated. As far as I understand, they determine the perimeter of the room in which they work. And here is a video showing how these washing machines work. They place the machine in the corridor and start washing, and it works. So here's another machine that cleans the premises. You'll see how it works now. The floor is dense and it washes the entire floor. I don't know if it disinfects, we'll find out. But in fact, as for me, for large volumes, for large areas of feedlots, this is an interesting alternative. This is how everything works now in the maternity ward. Here, for example, they stand at an angle of the machine on the territory of the enterprise. But I think it doesn't matter. All the nozzles are higher than the machine tools and are washed accordingly. I don't know how clearly they also wash the side walls between the machines, but they do a vertical wash and it looks good visually.
What's that? This is for sale. Yep. Yep. This one and this one.
This was heater, this water? No? Heater.
Yep. So this is for sound. For floor lines. This is for the sound.
Oh, swallow.
Strong and it's got good traction. This
What
has-
about manure? Maybe you have like with some doors, you know, little doors.
Yeah, I think we don't have that. I think sometimes they'll lift it up, but cleanability with this floor is not a problem.
Because we are used like, we made some special doors and we used many, more than 15 years. It's great. It's great work, yeah.
Yeah.
Here's the floor again. There are quite a few stands at the exhibition with floors filled with a special material for physical activity.
As for the slotted floor, I want to tell you that I see a lot of size variations. There are small squares, there are rectangles, there are larger sections of 2, 3, 1, and so on. I think that all this is done in order to have a solid structure, because the more of these small grids, the more stiffness as well as the attachment to the transom on which they sit. So I think that's why they are made, these different configurations. And there are also different paths because it will be easier to choose the grading. There is some discussion here. Let's see what is being discussed here. Here we see cast iron, and this is a solid floor for piglets.
Over the past 6 months, I have seen for the first time these types of games that are hung up for them to play with. I've seen lids, I've seen various plastic sticks, firewood, but I have not seen such toys in industrial production yet, so this is a very interesting thing. You see it's for different age groups. I understand that this is for little ones, suspended from the ceiling or some kind of bar so that they can reach it with their mouths. They look good, I've never seen them before. This is a feeding complex for a sow. The controls are right here, there are percentages and slopes. I understand that you choose here whether the sow is cleaned or not. Yes, they explained everything to me. So this is just for the sow. It's very interesting how it works in real life. I think it works well. It's another animal feeding complex. These are more complicated to manage. Name, I understand, is the name of a sow. Time is when the pig is due, weight, and so on. This is all about definitions. As I understand it, each sow wears a certain indicator on her ear. And when she enters this machine, it reads who came in, what she ate, when she ate, how much she ate. And then the zootechnician or the person who is responsible for the sow's condition and feeding is displayed in the program. The video shows how they work, wash, and are not afraid of any conditions, even a high-pressure machine. While I was here, I saw a commercial. These devices are installed in rooms that are either lowered or raised. They are mounted to the ceiling, and then the washing takes place without the operator's participation.
Hi, Christy.
How are you?
I'm fine. You? My name is Dmitry. I'm here is from San Diego, but original from Ukraine.
Okay.
And I'm representative Ukrainian Association of Pigs Breeders.
Okay.
Yes, this association includes more than 70% all of piglets in Ukraine. It's a big association.
Okay.
And I'm here because many our friends, our companies from our association try to find something new for business in these hard times.
Okay.
And that's why I'm here. And for me, it's really interesting because I see in this exhibition so many software for management.
Mm-hmm.
It's great because the people we have a specialist, but this is a great idea. It's like easier because find great and good quality guys for farms. It's hard. This for great for management. Yeah.
We have the system. It's available in Ukrainian. We have customers in Ukraine now.
Yeah, okay.
We have 2 guys that work
Who
for us
is
that
it?
are from Ukraine.
Who is it? Maybe I know it.
I don't know. I can't say their names.
Yeah, Russian, Ukraine, Polish, all of the customers.
Yeah.
That's
I
great.
my colleagues could give you guys a demo in Ukrainian. Like I said, I have two of our guys that work for us are from Ukraine.
Yeah, in Ukraine I have a farm. I'm owner of farms, chicken farms like broilers and piglets. We have 750 sow.
Okay.
Yeah, and we have made food, feed for animals, and we have a land, and we have a meat factory and slaughterhouse too. And all of this in one hands, and that's why I know so many and interesting so many different the management is great because we are trying now, not so fast, but we try to use some softs, but it's not too easy because we need work not only in a farm and with accounting too, and we want to connect all of these programs because we work with CPA, and all of them want to know how it's work. We need to send for them easy and online information, and we need to connect our programs with the new soft, and that's why I think for our company we try to find some soft which we can integrate like fast and easier integrate with our programs and our company.
We have a whole, we make our APIs public, that you could connect to our APIs and get the data out of our system automatically.
Okay.
We do have some integrations where we send data through, but you guys can always build your own as well by having access to those APIs.
If you have your company in Ukraine or you have a customer in Ukraine, you can connect to us and we can talk and ask them how they work in Ukraine, because Ukraine is not US, US is not Europe, Europe is not China, and different, people, different mentalists and differently. And we work with PIC, this,
We actually have an integration with them where we send the data from the system
super.
to their...
Yeah, and...
Do you have listeners copy that
of course.
one of my colleagues reach out to you? Would that
Yes.
be okay?
And if you connect us with colleagues from Ukraine, we can easier understand what they do with this program, how they work with this soft, and maybe we can buy and work with it. Because now it's a problem for us now, because we want to change our soft, and we try to find the great soft, because implementary, this process is so hard, and we want to find something great for us, not for today, not for tomorrow too.
We click, choose where we sell from. This is the primary sale. As I understand it, the accounting department can also use it. There are feeding, breeding, and certain instructions. What is it? What do you think? It's our good old friend Hoxlat. It's a big, beautiful stand like this. Last year they were on the street, but now they are inside. Some elements of feeding, cooling, and control are presented. Here is the control panel controller, the famous popular DC1000. Cooling the panel is a very useful thing. Summer is starting, so everyone who has not yet installed it, install it. I think it will be hot. This is what our Hoxlat looks like. Many people know this company as Hoxlat Ukraine. This is a representative office in Ukraine that has been working fruitfully with representatives of the entire agricultural sector, including pig, poultry farming, for many years. So here is their stand. There is also a stand inside in the room where they presented their controllers, which are used and installed on various farms. So as I understand it, their potential customers, machines and all the equipment they offer are behind me. So Hoxlat, greetings and good luck.
And now a little bit about the exhibition. I have already visited about half of the stands. I managed to talk to many representatives of various companies, including companies that produce flooring, various software for managing farms and builders. I also saw devices for cooling rooms, filtering rooms and air. There are a lot of companies that represent management software, that is management that combines all the processes on the farm, from the importation of animals and their life on the territory to their exportation. That is everything including arrival, movement, feeding, health. These software are very interesting products, and I think they are available in Europe. Many people already know companies in Ukraine, and some of them are even cooperating. Therefore, I will be provided with information about these companies in Ukraine. I will definitely talk to them how the software works, because we constantly realize that we need to improve the quality of farm management on the farm. These software programs that improve their capabilities and services every day will definitely be useful for small, medium and large farms.
I met Ikadan. We have been working with Ikadan for many years. They offer flooring. When we were choosing the floor, we went through many Ukrainian suppliers, which was in 2010. Then we tried different foreign manufacturers, and for a very long time we settled on Ikadan, a manufacturer of slotted flooring for animals. Price quality super. I highly recommend it. I think anyone who has used it will confirm this.
I haven't seen the whole exhibition yet, but I've already come across one interesting thing. These are partitions for animals. They separate boxes like fences. This is what it looks like when assembled. Here are a few of them in different configurations. By the way, I wanted to tell you about our life hack. Well, it's not ours, it was presented to us. Many years ago, one of the companies visited us. They made tunnel ventilation for our maternity ward. It's also a very interesting project. We will definitely tell our specialists about it, how it looks at the enterprise in Ukraine. But as for the floor, we took windowsills. Do you remember all those white plastic windowsills that are now installed together with plastic windows? So if you put two together, it will be exactly the production panel that is sold. That is, it is about 60 to 70 centimeters wide. I may be mistaken. That is the height of this canvas, which is cut lengthwise in the middle, resulting in two windowsills, left and right. These windowsills are quite sturdy, they last a long time and serve well. And they cost 4 to 5 times less than a regular panel like this, or similar to this panel. Here you can see the stiffening ribs inside them. They are of different thicknesses. We took these windowsills uncut. At that time they cost 4 to 5 times less than these modular panels for separating machines. We installed them and are still using this technology today without changing it. That is, we use them, for example, in rearing, because there are still small piglets there. For large piglets, I think they would break them very quickly, but in rearing, it works. Perhaps you could even use them in the maternity ward, but that's up to you. We still use them in rearing today, and they work very well.
By the way, pig farming, like poultry farming and animal husbandry in general, uses a lot of electricity. A source that is needed constantly to maintain the animal's vital functions around the clock all year round. Here is one example. Flooring for piglets. It can vary in configuration. It can be flat, rectangular, square, triangular, any shape. A corresponding panel is driven inside, which is heated by electricity and then moves on. But I want to say something else, that today, as I've already said, electricity continues to be used for life support, and it is very important to get it from somewhere. Therefore, today's alternative options, wind turbines and solar stations, which are gaining popularity, are very important for the economy, especially when there is a blackout in the country, and everyone has already experienced what it is like to be without electricity. People were rushing to buy generators of any power for any price. This all happened quite recently, we remember it. And that is why solar energy during the day, possibly batteries that can be used at night, after energy storage devices, can be used to power devices such as this fan behind me, or floor heating and other electronic examples that we use every day when performing technological tasks at the enterprise. I would also like to say that the issue of ecology remains open. In Ukraine, as in other countries, I think it needs some attention. We all know what problems there are with waste disposal and storage, and the environmental problems that remain after that, and people don't know what to do with it, so they dump it in plantations, bury it, and so on. Here is one example. This crematorium, small as it may be, but already an example of how to dispose of waste with the least possible impact on the environment. It's a small crematorium, and I see another larger one here. Perhaps there will be more. I will definitely share this story with you. And I want to hear from you how you use compost or store waste from your own production, and what do you ultimately do with it?
I met our partners. We have been working with PIC for many years, since the very beginning, so to speak. PIC represents very interesting, high-quality genetics which are used and popular in the US by many companies. These are PIC pig genetics. This is what today's stand looks like. I meet them all the time at various events. I see that they offer different ways of using different software. The genetics are strong and excellent. I highly recommend it. There are, of course, companies that can say that we know something better, and I can't disagree with them because everyone likes to work, and some are used to working with their own genetic species, problems or results. Therefore, I believe that PIC, given its many years of experience, has also gained popularity in Ukraine and the post-Soviet space. I think it deserves your attention too. So, hello PIC, let's move on.
Chat, I'm from Ukraine, chat. I'm representative Ukrainian association, pigs association in US. And 2 days ago with my partner, we talked about this machine. But we know like eagle, you know, we use stick in a body, eagle, and you can check the muscular, yeah. How it works, yeah.
Ours is non-invasive, so we just
Scanning, okay.
on the carcass, and it does all that without sticking the carcass.
How fast?
This one goes up to 400 an hour.
400.
We'll use this like 600 head an hour.
Okay.
With this, you're doing manual, like the manually capturing the image with a push button.
All right.
We have another system that go up like 1,400 head per hour at a lot faster line speed, but that's just a lot more automation. There's like a pressure plate, so it captures the image once it puts on the carcass and says that this is a...
But it's like with handle, yeah, like this,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. It still looks pretty similar. Still kind of same.
Okay. But it's for big companies. We are killed in our slaughterhouse around 300 per day.
Per day.
Yeah, it's for big companies too.
Yeah, that'd be. I mean, if that or even. So this is like for a packer. Then we also have ultrasound systems for scanning live carcasses.
Yeah.
So like this is our cheapest for newer model. It's just
Okay.
just
How it's work?
probe.
How it's work? It send information for.
Yeah,
laptop?
you'll get the same information. You'll just place this on the carcass and then capture the image. Pops up. So this would be a cross-sectional image.
How much is it?
These are 7,500 for 7,000 for during World Pork Expo. 7,500 normally, and then software is 2,000 a year, and it's unlimited number of animals.
Okay, 2,000 in a year.
2,000 licensing for the software. Is 2,000.
Okay, yeah, it's great. Thank you.
For other live systems for capturing the data, this is the wireless for 7,500. This is a Evo system, which these are 30,000, I think, and they'll come with an 18-centimeter probe, so people will scan beef carcass. You can scan beef carcasses as well as pork carcasses.
Okay. Yep.
Come with it, and then the Exago, which runs about 18,000. And again, they're all the same. You're all capturing the same kind of data, just different different software.
But this is for 2,000 in a year. This for how many?
They're all the software is for 2,000. All the software is the same for 2,000. It's just the system is different.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, some of the more expensive, it's a little bit more robust. Like this, they very cheap, very convenient. You don't have to. We have cords that you can put around the
for the rope. Yeah.
For that, if you would like, but they're not quite. They don't stand up quite as well if you drop it a lot and different things like that.
Yes. I found one stand with a very interesting technology. I don't know what to call it. I think you understand everything yourself. The use of small pipes, a very unusual solution in my opinion, because we have always seen machines with larger pipe diameters. This material is painted, not very high quality by the way. It is not galvanized, a very thin pipe. I hope it works well, but it's very unusual to see machines with such a diameter. These are the welded seams. Those who have used similar equipment and can say something about it should judge. By the way, it's not even a pipe. I checked, it's not a pipe, it's a rod, a metal rod that is made of metal rod, which should be a very strong structure. So I think that one option is to make machines from metal rods, maybe, why not? What do you think about this, about machines made of thin circles or rods?
Now I want to show you a regular machine that we are quite familiar with. It is a pipe that has been galvanized to make it much more durable.
By the way, there are holes in the pipes and they're there for a reason. When this machine is assembled and the parts are then taken for galvanizing, these holes are made so that the zinc can get inside the pipe, including so that the entire pipe is galvanized both outside and inside. We did this process in order to reduce the cost of production on our own farm. We implemented many different ideas ourselves and did everything ourselves. That is, having the opportunity to build, having our own repair and mechanical workshop, specialists who can weld any structure and turn any part with a diameter of up to 1.5 meters. We decided to make the birthing machine ourselves as well. We went to an exhibition, bought a sample, cut it open, measured it, and bought the materials. Some of the materials were collected right there at the enterprise, which were not in use. We welded the machines, went to Cherkasy at that time, and galvanized the first batch of birthing machines. We brought them home, set them up, assembled them, invited a couple of our well-known specialists who were already working with us at the time, helped us build them, and basically made some pretty good delivery tables ourselves at that time. Now I probably wouldn't do that anymore. The diagrams are there, and if you have the desire, you can do everything yourself. So that's the story of the delivery tables. An interesting stand with injectors for animals. There are injectors of various sizes and for various purposes, as I understand it. These are for bottles. You can also pour liquid into them or draw it up with a syringe. I understand that this is also used to inject somewhere deep into the body, including various places. So these are very interesting instruments for injection. And not only that.
And how could we go anywhere without dam bread at the World Exhibition? Dam bread is known all over the world. There are many legends about these genetics. There are many admirers of these genetics. I understand them because the results that this genetics gives are impressive. But at the same time, you need very high quality management and strict compliance with all technological standards. And with these genetics, you really need to work very responsibly, work hard, work efficiently, and work effectively. Yes, there is a high birth rate here. There is great potential in terms of the number of piglets. But in order to realize that potential, a great deal of high quality work is required. Therefore, I extend my sincere appreciation to everyone who uses dam bread. It is an excellent choice. It puts everyone who uses it a step higher in terms of efficiency, but also in terms of responsibility towards it, because you need to know how to work with it, to work efficiently, as I already said. And in fact, it is not easy genetics on the one hand, because as I said, you can still lose great potential with very simple technological shortcomings or bad decisions. Therefore, dam bread is an elite that you need to know how to work with, and not everyone is ready yet, I would say. So to those who are already working with it, I repeat, I shake your hands firmly. Good luck to everyone. Respect to dam bread.
Today was an interesting day at the exhibition. There were many interesting projects. There were many interesting stands. Now I'm going to slowly go outside to also look at the equipment presented at the exhibition. I went outside where various equipment for agriculture is presented, such as legume pumps and so on, and I noticed a mega machine. Here it is. I haven't seen it before. Here it is behind me. So it has this goose which goes knee 2, 3 and 4. I think that from the car to the farthest point horizontally, I think it can go about 30 meters, stand at the edge, and 30 meters from the edge it can take feces or pump out some dirty water. I put my foot on this sturdy nozzle so you can see its size, and this is what it looks like up close. It is loaded onto a vehicle and driven away. There are many other exhibits too. Here is a hose reel for the hose system used to pump and deliver fecal matter directly to the site. This is a pump, also a pumping station. By the way, several of them can be placed in a row to increase the length or flow of feces. For example, this one is placed and the next one is placed a kilometer away. They are placed according to a specific calculation, and it is possible to deliver the liquid fraction 10 to 15 kilometers and then apply it to the soil. The equipment used to apply it to the soil is also on display at the exhibition. I will now show you a few interesting examples. Everything I see here is produced by American manufacturers. Although Europe is also represented in some areas,
including genetics and pig farming equipment. You bring this right up to the lagoon and it works from the wheels. Now I will show you the applicator. This is the applicator that is used to apply the liquid fraction to the field. It is made of titanium. Let's see what it has. We'll do a quick review. There are 2 cutting knives, feed nozzles. I wonder how many nozzles there are. The length is probably about 20 meters. And there are 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, 12, and 12 of them. 24 nozzles, 24 rows will be fed. This machine will be pulled by a suitable tractor, and the applicator will feed the liquid fraction into the soil or onto the surface. It depends on how you set the knives at what depth. It is very effective over a large area and accordingly for large volumes of feces. Because for small volumes, I think this machine will not be very effective, because in reality it will be possible to apply 10 to 15,000 feces per day, maybe 2, I don't know the efficiency, but I think no more than that. Here is a regular applicator, quite standard for small areas. It comes with a company's barrel. So as I understand it, it is poured directly into the barrel and fed directly from the barrel to the applicator. And I also think that here you can switch the applicator to a hose system and also feed it further to the feces or some liquid directly to the applicator itself. Here is also a large applicator from another manufacturer, ZML. We also have 3 knives, so it is a little smaller, and there is another one behind it. That is, it is divided into 2 parts, front and rear. I don't know how it works exactly, but I think we have a small description here of how it works. Behind the tractor, it is not just 1 row, but a mechanism made in 2 rows, perhaps to distribute the load. I don't know, that's what the manufacturer decided. I think they know what to do. Let's move on. An interesting specimen, I saw it last year, including at this same exhibition. I think it was in the same place. It's a cattle truck or animal transporter. Here it is attached directly to the car, so it has an open roof and 2 options for sidewalls. That means it can have 2 floors. Now I will carefully go inside it. So this is what one folding part looks like. The second part of the floor, that is the second one, they close, and accordingly there will be 2 floors here. And the roof also opens, as I have already shown. A very interesting design. We have something similar, but the designs in Ukraine are very old. Many factories use new ones or import used ones, including repairing them. They weld them on and continue to use them. By the way, I also saw when we brought genetic material from abroad, they brought us sows in these cattle trucks, which had straw, watering system, and so on. That is, while the animals are traveling from their mothers, from their farm to ours, to a commercial farm, they can lie down there and drink. Sometimes they are even given food. The drivers themselves scatter food for them. They can eat if, for example, the journey is very long. And so the watering system, automatic drinkers are at a height and they drink. What is most important, they need water, which reduces stress, especially during the hot season or on long journeys. When they cross the border, they can travel for 2 or 3 days. So accordingly, they need something to eat and drink, especially drink. That is why water is often available in such cattle trucks or pig trucks. That is why such cattle trucks are equipped with a watering system, among other things. It's a very interesting project. I think it's not super cheap as usual because it's special equipment with automated floors and so on. So I think these are all good things. If you use them, then I think you know what modern livestock trucks are, how effective they are, how practical or impractical they are. Everyone has their own experience. Those who have older cattle trucks definitely have constant problems with them. Those who have newer ones accordingly have fewer problems as with newer machines. As I understand it, I have now approached the controller, apparently to raise and lower different levels, different doors, the floor, the ceiling, including the second floor. Here's a compartment for staff and so on. Well, that's what it looks like from the outside.
I found another version of a cattle truck.
perhaps this is not the last one. Let's go inside. The design here is very similar to the one we use in Ukraine. There are also stairs leading to the second floor, but the second floor does not fall down. It is solid and permanently in use. In the previous version, I showed how these doors open to the left and right, and it turns out that there is only one floor, but with a high roof. Here there were clearly additional partitions inside to divide the animals into groups. Animals are divided into groups for several reasons. First, for example, different age groups, so boys and girls are separated, or perhaps different animals in general, such as sheep, cows, and pigs. They can be transported, for example, in one cattle truck to separate them into different parts. And they also separate animals into several sections, even if they are all homogeneous, that is, of the same type. For example, pigs. In order to prevent these partitions from collapsing during sudden stops of stars or in the event of an accident, all these animals are divided into small groups, because when they are divided into small groups, there is no pressure on each other, and at the very least they move around less in the trailer because they are divided into sections, so they can lean against the partitions and stop. Here, by the way, there is another interesting compartment. I don't know what it is, but it is completely closed off, probably for some animals. Well, for example, if we're transporting sows and boars there, then this livestock truck is very convenient, because if they are traveling from the same farm or along the same route, then the boars, for example, are driven into a separate compartment, then the animals are driven in, and they travel either on separate floors or even in separate compartments, so that they do not come into contact with each other, do not get stressed, and do not conflict with each other. That's how it works. Now I'll go down to the first floor. There are a lot of children playing here. Here are the steps. This cover flips up. It opens completely when the roof is raised, and it rises to level with that level, and accordingly then we have a gentle staircase that the animal can use to go down to the first floor. There is also an intermediate door here. It practically cuts off half of the cattle truck. I'm walking, bending down a little here because I'm 184 meters tall. It's comfortable to walk in principle. Here is another compartment. I don't know how animals get in here. I don't see any steps. Maybe something lowers. I suppose that's possible. Here's the configuration, it's interesting, and here something lowers as well. Well, it has more functionality than the one I showed earlier, the previous one. Here is the side door, you can exit. It's not high if necessary, that is, it is very convenient. On the one hand, it is good that it is low enough, yes.
Plus, it's unique in that it can even be pulled by a very large two-axle Jeep. That is a six-wheeled vehicle in general. As a rule, there are two wheels. I think it's possible. If you pull it, then definitely. Well, that's my idea, that it's possible, because it looks like this one, for example, yes. This one is also low. This one can definitely be pulled by a regular trailer. The single-story cattle truck is also divided into several sections inside. Here are these doors, including this one, 4 separate compartments for animals. The height here is, I don't know, probably 2 meters. Yes, I'm standing, there is some space above me. I think it's more for cows. And here there is definitely this mechanism for attaching it to a regular trailer, which is placed directly inside the pickup truck. None of them are super cheap. I have an American friend who bought a similar trailer, but probably smaller, for transporting horses, and he paid $28,000 for it new. He transported his horses back and forth several times. Now it's just sitting there. So it's quite an expensive thing. I understand that a horse trailer may have slightly different interior fittings, but I think the principle is more or less the same. It shouldn't be much more expensive in terms of cost. I haven't seen the inside, but I understand the design. So, that's our overview of livestock trailers and animal transporters. There is another huge machine. I'm going to take a look at it now. There are 2 of them here. There is a smaller one that can be loaded directly onto a pickup truck. Well, this one will definitely have to be loaded onto a truck.
It's also large, and judging by everything in the middle, it's also 2-story. I'll try to go inside it now.
Brand new, nice, clean too. Here's the first compartment, which is separate. Stairs that also go up, and then they will be horizontal when the animals are traveling. The doors that close inside are the same partition. Here's another separate compartment it is very similar, as if copied from what we have already seen today. Here are the stairs going down, and here there's also one compartment for animals. The ceiling there is not very high, but it is still suitable for small animals. And here I am standing at full height in the cattle car. Something else moves here, or maybe the ceiling lowers. There's a shelf here for some other things. There may be something else here that we can't see yet. The mechanism lowers and then it falls or folds onto these rails. We have several options like this. At the exhibition I found practically 4 or 5 animal transporters, cattle trucks, and they came out roughly speaking in 2 types. Some are pulled by a trailer, a regular one, by a Jeep. Here's an example of one right in front of you, which I mentioned earlier. And there are also these large cattle trucks, which are already familiar to us and to Europe, to everyone, which are used today to transport animals for slaughter across Ukraine and also across Europe, from one enterprise to another, between farms, for example, from the maternity ward to the rearing facility, if the rearing facility is located elsewhere. Accordingly, this transport can also be used for rearing. If it is a small farm, then by the way, you can buy such small cattle trucks for a Jeep and in principle service them. I think that could be an option. In fact, these 4-wheeled rear Jeeps are large. They will consume fuel normally on one side, but the convenient thing is that they can be used as a tractor for such a cattle truck. And I think that in that 3-axle cattle truck that is attached to a Jeep, you can safely put 50 heads or maybe more and bring them to slaughter. By the way, I accidentally came across such a Jeep. One of them is a Ram, if you can see it. Yes, we also have 2 wheels at the rear. It has such an extended base. It's quite interesting. You can safely put it in there. You see there's a place to attach such a livestock truck. So buy such a car or something similar, a large, interesting American and a livestock truck, which you can then use to transport your animals. By the way, I think they are not only in America, but also in Europe. Perhaps they are very popular, but if you think it's convenient to have such a Jeep and a livestock truck, because you don't need a powerful machine or a tractor for a small number of pigs, and maybe this is just the solution for such mobile use for medium and small options. So that's all for now. I've already shown you everything about livestock trucks at the exhibition today. Let's move on.
You may remember that I made a post about walkware in the territory, where in order to determine if there are different territories, people should be in their own territory, determined by the color of their clothes or by the color of their shoes. That is, if you are, for example, in a section where everyone is wearing yellow shoes, then you cannot be where they are wearing blue shoes, and vice versa. And it is very easy to determine because it is visually visible. Therefore, people work directly in their own section and do not go where they do not need to. Here is a real example. At the exhibition, the offer of shoes is black, yellow, blue, white, and green. A very good example is when you can use yellow if you have, for example, 2 types of animals for poultry. Black for pigs, white for the sector where you produce feed, and blue for something else. Or you can also divide the clothes into different colors, and in this way you can use it. You will know where everyone is. Are those who should only be in the blue zone, in the yellow zone, and vice versa? Here is a cool example of what I was talking about. I saw this here, by the way, in America, and before somewhere in the 13th year when I was here to exchange experience, and I also saw such examples in Europe.
Therefore, if you need to distinguish employees who work in principle within the framework of one enterprise in one territory, but should not cross the border of different zones, different colored overalls and shoes, this is a way out. Use it. Yes, they present us with this indicator that shows how heat is distributed. So this is a lamp. It works at 150 watts. As I understand it, there is no wear and tear because it looks like this. It is just an ordinary metal element inside with a spring and a heater, which is simply heated by electricity. The cartridge does not break, does not burst, as it happens in lamps. A very interesting design. It heats well, and due to its oblong shape, it does not heat the sow's body. That is, you can see that here, for example, the border ends where the piglets lie, and there it no longer heats. That is, it is already cold there. Here I showed it is already cold here, and here it is warm. That is, the heat distribution goes along. If there is one round lamp, then it will make the zone round. If there is an oblong lamp, then accordingly it is built so that it is only along the fence and only in the territory where the piglets are, without heating the sow, which is very convenient. Therefore, it is cool that the lamp is durable, does not break, the distribution is correct, not conical but rectangular. Here is such an interesting thing I came across at the exhibition. This is how it looks separately. We can look at it again from the inside. An ordinary metal element here, yes. And here are its advantages.
It weighs 2 pounds, so while it may be heavy, it is pretty light.
And how many watts?
140 watts, 1.25 amps, and what's very novel about them is once they're cooled, you can power wash these with water. So these units are essentially water resistant or waterproof. There's underneath the hood. This one's on. You can feel that radiating.
Yep. Yes.
And you see the warm LEDs, so the piglets can see at night.
Okay. And we can see this is like indicator, yeah?
Yep, that's thermal imaging showing the heat on the floor, the infrared. So right now it's still warming up. It says it's about 87 degrees right here.
Okay. Yeah. And how much is it?
One lamp is $140 in the US, and obviously bulk customers get a cheaper discount based on how many they get. And you can hang it also by the D-rings here.
Yeah, I see. This is the steel or what is it? The metal. This is the metal, the steel or what is it?
5052 aluminum.
Aluminum, okay.
Yes.
It must be worked maybe 20 years, 10 years,
it
how
can
long?
last a long time.
Long time.
And it depends on your use. For continuous usage in a big farm, we expect to see them outlast 2 years.
Okay.
And we also have a stainless steel version, which is on that table. It's heavier duty for farms that are a little bit harder on their equipment. If you take them down and pitch them in a closet, and then the next season you bring them out, you can trust it's never going to get damaged just because of the resistance. But these are very tough too. We like to say they can take a beating and keep on heating.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great. Thank you.
Yeah. Hey, pleasure meeting you, and good luck. And I hope I stand with everything going on, and just I hope you guys
Thank you.
conflict can resolve.
Thank you.
And, yeah.
Слава Україні.
Yep. Oh, absolutely.
But the system is in Mexico. We've got the system in Mexico.
Yeah.
We've got, so the people in the U.S. will take care of these ones. The people in Quebec, Canada take care of this area. There's Central America. But then we have other stuff in other places, other countries that we support and service remotely.
Okay. And what kind of type usually bought or buy your system or use your system? It's like 3 south or 700 south or 10,000. 10,000.
I service everything from somebody who has like 300 sows all the way up to 10,000 sows.
Because we don't have so many south in Ukraine. We have many producers, yeah, but they around like 3,000, 2,000, but not so many. 5,000, it's not usual, you know. It's like most of producers who have 200 or 1,000 sows. That's it. Not bigger, and that's why I ask who buy it.
All shapes and sizes.
Yep, everyone. So people down to mom and pop where they have 100 sows up to 15,000 sows.
15,000.
Or more. There's systems that have 90,000 sows or more, 150,000 sows.
What they buy it? All of the system or something special, like temperature and humanity?
You can get whatever you want.
Whatever you want.
Depends on how much money they want to spend.
You can control this system like for distance, yeah? Like from US.
Anywhere in the world.
Anywhere. And
as long as
they have the
internet connection.
Yeah, internet. We have internet on farm because we have a online video system and computer too.
Yeah.
Not so many systems, but we use the Wi-Fi.
The first day of the exhibition in Iowa has come to an end. It was interesting. As always, I got a lot of smiles from Americans. They always smile. I saw a lot of interesting, I think, products. As I said, this is especially true of software, which has advanced a lot compared to what I saw before. They are already doing things that we never dreamed of. Animal husbandry is not standing still like the entire industry, like everything in the world. Therefore, it is very pleasant to watch the development. There are some things that were just shown to me on the map are already used there in thousands of production facilities. And when I ask there, not only in America, in Europe, in the world, and when I look at the map and see that Ukraine is not on it, I understand that there are two ways. Either Ukraine does not need it, or they simply do not want to go to Ukraine due to the situation that has developed due to the war in our native country. Or there are some other ors. A, financing, B, the position. Everything is going well. Why change anything? This is already from the philosophy of the domestic Ukrainian, although I do not share it. I think that many do not share it. When asked why you are not in Ukraine, they say, we do not know. Apparently the dealers have not arrived yet. Therefore, I think that the dealers will arrive, will show all these new products that were at the exhibition today, and we will definitely be able to try them out for ourselves in action, see how it works, share our experience later, and become more effective, productive, progressive in such an interesting industry as livestock farming. Therefore, thank you to everyone who is watching my material from the exhibition today. I hope you were interested. Tomorrow I will visit some stands again. I also want to talk to some manufacturers and distributors of some software. There are interesting programs that I would like to attract and try in our project on our farms. Therefore, it is very interesting. I wish everyone a good mood, dream, achieve, study, implement, and may profitable pig farming, poultry farming, and livestock farming be with us.
This is what the lagoon under the floor looks like in section where the animals are, where they're bubbling through the pipe. Accordingly, it is all done on a small scale, but in general, it is a huge amount of pipes and volumes. And this bubbling accordingly is not divided, is not separated the fraction, it mixes, and the homogeneity plus minus is the same. That is, the density and accumulation of solids does not occur only in the upper part or in the lower part like sediment.
So a dry sow stall that is easy access for the sow to be out in the loose housing. So she can, if she's in the stall, she just backs up and then this will open up.
Okay.
The tube is filled with water.
Oh.
It's just
all right.
used as a counterbalance.
Okay.
Okay. So when she enters it to go in for feed,
Yes.
she'll just give this a push.
Okay.
It'll
All
come
right.
down and it'll lock her
Yeah.
in
What?
again. There's a lock that you can lock the whole row in, or you can also just release one at a time. If you
Okay.
want.
How many water here?
Pardon me?
How many water?
It's over half full.
Okay.
I'm guessing a little bit, but
Okay.
it comes with one measuring tube with every project, and then so
okay.
you just put that amount in each tube.
More or less. Okay.
And then cap it off.
Okay.
Just install.
Nice life hack. Really.
Yeah, it's simple.
It's simple. Yeah.
And there's not too many moving parts.
Yes. Thank you.
Yes.
Yes. Thank
Good.
you.
Okay. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Accessible for breeding or pregnancy checks.
Okay. Yeah.
So the opening, so you can access the back of the sow.
Yeah.
To do those things.
Yes. It's really interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Thank you. Thank you, Richard. Hello, guys. Today we see not drip, manure, separation, and application. And we speak today with Nathan. Nathan, please tell me what is this? What is the machine? What the specialist? What they do? What it do?
Yes, you bet. So we've got two different machines here. The one over here on this side is a vertical screw press.
Okay.
So that's where we're going to take kind of a first stage mechanical separation of the manure. Typically, it depends on what type of barn or lagoon system that you have. If you're above 2% solids, we're going to first run that manure through that vertical screw to pull out some of those medium and larger particles. And you're going to get a byproduct out of here. You're going to get a solid byproduct out of here. All those particles are going to come out of this press here. But you can kind of see back there that screw press. And given it's a vertical screw press, there's no mechanical plug that you have to worry about. Like with the horizontal screw press, gravity is your friend there.
Okay.
And so that's what creates your plug. So everything works up towards the top, presses through. You can see, I'll grab this screen here. So here's the screen that it presses itself through as it works up this screw here. And then it overflows out of the top again. You've got these discharge chutes where your solids come through, and then you discharge that clean liquid out of the back side. From there, we would then go into the second stage separation. The second stage, this is called the microfilter. So you can kind of see it here, low velocity, but that's essentially an inverted drum in there with some propellers inside. And as that manure works its way up the drum, those propellers are forcing it through this drum. This drum has a 25 micron screen, so that's about the same size as a white blood cell.
Okay.
And as you push the manure through that, we're going to separate off. We're going to get basically a sludge type discharge out of the top here. And that's what's actually going to contain a lot of your phosphorus. So this machine is going to remove a significant portion of your phosphorus. Those ranges are going to vary depending on, is it a gestation barn? Is it a finishing barn? What type of manure are you starting with?
Yeah.
In terms of how much phosphorus you're actually going to pull out of it. Now the great thing is, as you get this clean effluent, this clean manure coming out of here, you can then use that in multiple applications. It helps farmers save in terms of application costs, how many gallons they're moving, especially if they're having to truck gallons away from their fields.
Yeah.
We also use this to put it through subsurface drip irrigation, so that way you can feed nutrients to a growing crop all season long.
How many manure its machine can with which tons or per day? How many manure you can?
How much? What's the throughput of it?
Throughput, yeah.
So when this is kind of ramped up, you're going to max out about 100 gallons per minute. So that's about, if you were running 24 hours a day, that's about 140,000 gallons per day, roughly, would kind of be your maximum capacity on one machine.
Okay.
The other thing is, we can configure this into a mobile setup, so that way if you've got multiple facilities with deep pits and things like that, you could move from one pit to the next pit to the next pit. You don't necessarily need a permanent fixture at each location. So
Okay. Only this type, you have only this type machine, or maybe bigger, smaller.
So this is the larger machine. There's two configurations of it. There's one that's about half the size of this one, and then same thing with the vertical screw press over here. There's one that's a little bit smaller than that as well.
Mm-hmm.
So if we need to go larger, at that point, what we would do is we would use multiple machines.
Okay. All right.
So,
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Good luck. Good luck.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate
Enjoy
it.
your time here.
Bye bye. Hello, guys.
Hello, guys.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so
We can start.
Today we have two products that we're presenting, and actually there's another product. It's a mainstream, which is we call it Porker. So let me start with these two. So this one is a big data station, which is a computer vision, hardware and software solution.
Okay.
The major functions are weighing, and two, counting. So weighing, like you saw here.
Yeah, yeah.
So when it goes under the camera,
Uh-huh.
and then it will automatically calculate the weight estimate, and the accuracy is like plus or minus at 3%, so fairly accurate. And counting, this is going to be like an individual big weighing, so it has to be individual. Whereas that's a counting functionality. You saw it. So that's the group of the pigs will
Yeah.
then that will count pretty accurately. This one.
What kind of piglets? It can be small too.
Yes,
How many?
piglet.
5 kilograms, 1 kilograms? No.
Simple answer is yes, but this is AI. So for piglets, we need more training data
Yes.
to train. Currently, accuracy is, to be honest, a little bit lower than we would hope for. But for finishing, it's fairly accurate.
It's work with light, with at night. Doesn't matter. It's work with pounds and with kilograms too, or no?
So first of all, the light, it needs to be reasonably, bright, and so if it's dark, then it's a camera, so it would be a little bit hard to detect, appropriately.
Okay.
So it will impact on the accuracy.
Mm-hmm.
And the pounds and kilograms, that's a easy setting, like language and other stuff, like your smartphone. You can change the setting, pretty easy.
Okay.
So that's one, and the other one is real quick. That's a smartphone app. That's a counting function. Let's
Okay.
So. Right now it's available in North American market, so it's not available in Ukraine. But it's just a matter of registering these app in other stores.
Yeah, of
right?
course.
So what it does is with the smartphone photo, you will just simply snap these kind of photo, and it will count automatically.
Okay. You take a picture, yeah?
Yeah.
Send or you do a picture in program, yeah, in app.
Yeah, within the app. So
All right.
you don't need the network when you snap a photo.
Oh, it's great. Yeah.
So basically, in
it's
terms
simple.
of counting, similar functionality, but this is like a photo, and it's, I would say, less accurate, but it's all free right now for
All
counting.
free. Oh,
So not just
really?
download, but also like actual photo shooting itself.
You can try if I will show you for our friends or farmers how we can try it like free.
Well, so right now it's not available in Ukraine. It's
not
just that,
available.
we need to register that.
Okay.
But
Uh-huh.
this is ready, so it's just a matter of registering our product in the App Store in Ukraine. Right
Okay.
now, North America, because they have the different regions, right?
But where we can use it? In US?
Well, as long as you have the app, you can use it anywhere.
Anywhere. All right.
It's an app. So, like for instance, I have like a Japanese app,
Yep.
I can use it here as long as I have an app in.
Okay.
Right? So that's how it works, and you don't need a network. Well, if you wanna, like upload or send the send the history, then you can. But if you want to do so, then it needs a of course, network access.
Yeah. Okay.
The normal mobile access, right?
How much is it
So it's free now.
now, or for
Well,
all
for
of the time?
counting, we don't,
For counting.
for counting, we don't intend to charge anything.
Mhm.
Of course, we can promise you like forever.
Yeah, of course. But now
we don't have any plans to make it
But what this app do? Only counting, or can work with weight or with age or
that's
something
a good
like this?
question. So
Yeah.
right now, this is purely a counting app, but of course, we intend to add the features. So that's why we said additional features may be introduced,
Okay.
and that might not be free. Well, we're a for-profit company, so we're not giving away for free everything. But at least for counting, we're not intended to charge.
It's great idea. Yeah. It's really
Because
it's really helpful.
a lot of people want to have a counting sort of functions. We know that, but at the same time, our main focus is not counting.
Yep.
So it's for our strategy. I think it's good to it's good to provide with them.
How this app can work with other programs? We have programs different for management,
Yeah.
and I know this is the box like number 10.
Yeah.
Yes, I put the photo. Yeah, take the photo, and this information can I automatically send in the different program or no?
Right.
Or I need to write and tell somebody for phone or something like this.
Good point. So right now, it's a standalone product. You can send it. You can send the data to your let's say your computer, but it's not connected with other product, third-party product. But if there is a strong strong demand from the market, then we'll definitely develop those things. It may not be free of charge. I can't say for sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. If there is a niche there, then it will definitely consider that.
Okay.
And that's one of the potential scenarios that we have in mind. But for now, this is a standalone app. You can send the data, but right now you have to put it in a CSV file or spreadsheet so that you will be able to put that in your system or something.
Mm-hmm.
But at least it's free, so and you can do whatever you like. So that's it. That's
Okay.
the beauty of this.
When we can see this product in Ukraine?
Well, I think we could make a fairly quick decision. But we might need to check the regulatory requirement and other stuff.
Yeah.
Because each country has a different sort of regulation, of course.
Yeah.
So as long as we feel that there's no no concerns around the regulatory requirements.
Yes. I understand.
We'll definitely go to Ukraine
We will-
because like we
help. We will wait. We will wait.
if we could go,
It's really interesting and really important because I tried to did it many times like handle. Oh my God, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's too hard.
So to be honest, we're pretty new to Ukraine. We had a project coming up in Ukraine, so we definitely want to reach out to someone locally. If someone would be able to help navigating how we're going to get into like let's say App Store or something,
Okay.
definitely that will be a help. That will make us quicker to get into that. And another product that we're not now bringing here is a porker. Like I said, that is a production management system. So that is basically managing the workflow of the farms, and that's like a SaaS product.
Okay.
And we've been doing that for years in Japan, and now we're introducing that to Ukraine as part of the UN
Great.
program.
Great.
And the benefit of having that one is there is a carbon credit program associated with that one, we've been certified, carbon credit for that one, using that one. So that is something that we will be able to bring to the Ukraine as well.
All right. Thank you. I will give you my card if you send me all of this information. I will appreciate it. Okay. Thank you. Okay, Thomas, we can start.
Okay.
Please.
So let me start with the pregnancy testers. This is the Pregtone. It's pregnancy tester that's mainly used in pigs, but it can also be used in goats and sheep and alpacas.
Okay.
And this one is very simple. Turn it on. The red light just tells you that the battery starts. When you're doing the testing, you need to use oil. We just have water here for demonstration. And the instrument will return an intermittent tone, or if it's detecting a pregnancy, it'll give you a continuous tone.
Yeah.
The Pregtone 2 Plus does the same thing, except it works in a little different way. You have to press and hold the button. It gives you the contact tone or the pregnancy signal. And
this is the products what show you pregnant or not pregnant.
Pregnant
That's
or
it.
not pregnant? Yes or no
Okay.
answers.
Yes or no? Okay.
Yep.
How much is it?
This one at the show right now is $240. This one is $520.
Okay.
So
this is inside battery, yeah, something like
yes,
this.
right. It's a rechargeable nickel metal hydride battery.
Okay.
It comes with a battery charger that has a plug set that's useful pretty much anywhere.
Okay.
So
all right.
it has a Euro plug and a British plug and etc.
Okay.
So this is the lean meter, which is a back fat measuring device, and just tells you the depth of back fat. Press the button, wait for the 0, put oil on your testing site, and the unit will display the result in millimeters and tell you how many layers it's seeing with the dots on the side there.
Okay.
So that,
yeah, see.
And it works just like that. It's pretty quick.
Yes. Only fat.
Only fat.
With battery, yeah?
Yeah, that has the same nickel metal hydride battery the Pregtone does. Same charger.
Okay.
This machine is a multifunction unit that will do back fat testing. It will also do loin muscle depth readings, as well as do some pregnancy testing. And right now it's set on the fat screen, so it'll give you the same kind of result, except it displays them on the screen, and that tells you the total depth that it sees over here. And if you want to isolate one of the layers, you can move that cursor, and when you slide the cursor past it, it'll blank that out. So now it's telling you 17 because it's only seeing 17 to the left of it.
Okay.
If you want to see all the layers again, just move it back. And then it'll go to the loin screen, and I don't really have a good test block to display that, but this is what you're looking for. So again, it's the total depth to the bottom of the loin muscle. So you do have to take the fat reading,
all right,
and then the total depth, and then subtract the fat in order to get just the loin depth.
Okay.
And for the pregnancy testing, it will show you a screen like this. And it, again, I don't have anything that will show the pregnancy very well for this machine, but it will just display whatever echoes it sees on the screen. This bar at the bottom marks off a general location of what the uterus that you're looking for.
All right.
And this one just runs on regular AA battery.
Yeah. Thank you, Thomas.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The company Hoxlet also show its machine for transporting animals that can no longer move on their own at the exhibition. It's a very interesting device. I haven't seen it before, but I know that it's been working for several years. The foot is thrown back, a person stands on it, and in principle controls it practically with these handles, gas, brake, turns. You just stand on this step and move around the room with the machine, taking the animal to the right place accordingly. This is such a device. I haven't seen it before. I've seen more such mechanized devices. This year I saw at the stand an interesting, in my opinion, option for using it so as not to pull with your hands. An automated machine. I don't know how it works, whether it's battery powered or not, but I don't see a tank. Maybe it just charges on the battery and drives. Here's the key. Most likely it just runs on battery power. How do you like such a device? Would it need to be used on a farm? Do you know of any other more automated mechanisms? Yes, today we are at the stand of the famous company PIC, which I already told you about. Tom is with us today, and he will tell you about a small update, which, by the way, I have not seen before. Tell me, please, what we will see.
So this is our computer vision program. It's an AI-driven selection tool.
Okay.
So it's a camera that goes on top of your pig pens, and it can monitor the gilt or sow behavior, or even boar behavior, I believe.
Okay.
And different colors mean different things. I think these colors section out different parts of the pig, and I believe there's different indicators that can tell you how the sows are behaving. You can see how often they're moving, how often they're sleeping. We also have a new computer vision technology that helps with selection. So as the gilt walks by, instead of the human eye, selecting that pig by feet and leg structure, peritoneal scoring, or weight, the computer can tell you, and it's way more accurate than the human eye.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
Where they work? It's Europe or US? Who used?
I think right now we're mainly in the U.S.
In the US, yeah.
Multipliers we currently use them. If we go over there to the TV, we can see more
Yeah,
computer
okay.
vision technology.
Yeah, we can go. All right.
So yeah, you can see on the computer here, it's a piglet tag ID. The camera can see the tags there, and it reads them. So you don't have to get up close to the human eye. This is the behavior monitor that we just looked at. It tells you how often they're eating, drinking, how many seconds, how long they're sitting, how long they're standing.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah.
How much?
And this is the feet and leg scoring I was telling you about. So as the sow walks by,
oh, great.
It judges the feet and leg scores way better than human eye.
Yeah. How much is this system? For one sow or?
I don't think it's commercialized at the moment.
Yeah.
No. I think it's mainly used on multiplier farms, but I can get a better answer from you from a specialized person. So this is Justin Hall, our product development director.
Okay. It's great. Sounds great. It looks great. It's interesting. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.